You know, art and imagery for some is a comfort. I mean, take me for example. I'm so obsessed with this 3D model of Sonic, there's a weird zoom, and so obsessed with the game that I've actually adopted him as a member of my family now, and in a completely wholesome way. I want him to be a tangible 3D thing that I can hold in my hand. But let's say, like, hypothetically I'm in a scenario where I don't have any skills, can't make things out of resin, can't really carve anything out of wood, I don't have a 3D printer, poor, lame, and skillless. Hypothetically, how do I get him? How do I have him? I don't know, Peter. How do you have me? How do you get me? It's not even my Sonic impression. Get your 3D model, make one if you want. You can do so meanly, nicely, legally, illegally, you can make one yourself. Funny enough, we're using a Minecraft tool, and this is actually gonna give us the exact instructions how to convert any 3D model into a cool pixel art. Error, why error? Why error? Invalid magic? I never finished wizard school. Okay, this step only for stupid people. All the smarties, you can skip ahead. Delete default cube. Add default cube. Delete default cube. Just making extra sure all the smart people left. Export OBJ. You like me now? It's a obj.obj. I couldn't get any more OBJ for you. Okay, I mean, things are a little sketchy. It's me Minecraft. Me, Sonic Minecraft. Turn him into a Minecraft creation. I think something like this is gonna be pretty good. The colors are still funky, but we can interpret that when we're factualating him into the real world. We're just gonna look at this guy and convert all these cubes into things. Now we get to the serious crafty part of the video. It's gonna be quite the project. You're gonna have nerves of steel. You up for it? Let's cut to the next scene. This is hard to do. You may notice something incredible. Something many people told me I'd never get to do in life. Wasn't man enough for it. I cleaned up a little the shelves. I cleaned the shelves behind me. It's now color coordinated. You can see this isn't gonna go well with the colorblind people. Imagine like a really good taste and then kind of convert that to colors. Here is the ticket. These are dribbly beans. Usually, you'd see these being used to make two-dimensional flat pixel art. You then iron it. Oh, smells like it would hurt. And that's good. You iron it and then they kind of stick together. I'll put a couple little example pictures on the screen now. Now those are all lame. They're probably not, they're probably great. But there's an old sailor's trick that allows you to do it three-dimensionally. It's gonna involve some pixel counting here, so I hope you finished preschool. Poop dog, quit pooping, get out of here. This isn't a poop video. Poop cat. You kinda just gotta count the cubes, so like 1, 2, 3, and it goes in, 2, 3, then the one this. Screw the computer, and screw what I was just doing. Here's the actual strat. Go through every single layer of the 3D model and convert it to a tangible bit of pixel art that you can put right here on your tablet or phone, right? I did this with all like the rest of the 60 layers on there. Right, here's the crazy part. You just match the pixel spots up with the pixels on the pixel spot, pixel shower. And you grab your little jelly bean and you just put it where it is. This is great for people who haven't finished kindergarten yet. You don't even have to count. Oh, what an amazing turn of events. And I thought of it. Here's the problem. I'm actually future Peter. Next day, Peter. I didn't think of this for a little bit, so here's me not doing that for a little bit. Well, the bottom of his shoes are gonna be white. Actually, they're not. Ha! Bottom of his shoes are gonna be gray. Always don't cross-contaminate, wash your hands. If you've been touching these, don't put your hands to your mouth. They're spicy, they're raw. You'll get salad vanilla poisoning. Who decided a spoon was a good way to scoop this? They gave me tweezers because they think I'm a fat-fingered idiot. I'll show them. Boy, I do feel like a fat-fingered idiot. Actually, this is hard. And then that's going back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And you can just kind of pretend it's the right amount, but it'll bite you in the butt later. So if you're lazy, you can do this project. It'll just come with a couple caveats. Check this method out. You know, that almost worked okay. And you know, in a different world where the camera was aimed correctly, you could have even seen that trick. The worst thing is gonna be when I like throw a fit at some point, or like I fart or something, and these are just gonna go flying everywhere. Now, just like if you were dealing with those who you've dealt drugs to, you don't wanna leave any open corners here. So these two guys are gonna attach diagonally, but if you add this, now they won't. We're gonna use black for the interior filler. And I know what you guys are thinking, filler? I can't even afford 1 gallon. I can't fill her up. Can I help you poop? Not like there's no comma there. No, wait, there is a comma there. His name is Poop. With the amount of precision and the amount of layers this is gonna take, I could see myself turning and smacking him a few times just out of spite, pure spite. And I'm really hoping I don't mess this up because it took a long time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. A little more. 1, I'm gonna give it like 3 seconds just to show the universe like that I have a little bit of patience and maybe it'll go easy on you with this project. Here's our first layer. So that took 20 minutes and some dilly-dallying, and we've got, it's 65 high. This might run me 13 years. Well, sitting here crying about it isn't gonna get it done. No, go away. You could take a few creative liberties. I'm rounding out the front of the foot. In this program here, they made it kind of weird, squareular in the front. That was Squidward's brother in SpongeBob, squareular, Squirtyum. And now here we are, me and Viewer Chan making Sonic feet. It sucks, most of these projects always start from the bottom up. I end up opening a lot of videos lately making Sonic feet. In my Q&A the other day, I was saying how, because of the variety of content, I seem to be switching out audiences like once a year. So I think slowly, and this is a bad thing, I'm currently on the arc of cycling into people who like Sonic's feet. There's just a few too many of you guys I've been seeing out there lately. I've got a revolting iron. I could have gotten something from the 30s for like $5 on Facebook Marketplace. Instead of this Eevee aesthetic looking robot, whatever. Sonic feet! In case you're wondering, I can only do 1800 watts with this thing. In case you were curious. Oh, it comes with a little cup. I gotta put this in, I can use this. Bottom's in. Ooh, oh, 2 at once strategy? That's fantastic. And now cut to the time lapse of me washing my face. So basically a big part of this is gonna be the fact that your sink is a little higher off the surface of the basin. I actually switched this faucet out at one point because it was just a little too low. You couldn't really get your face under, but essentially, let the water get a little warm. If you push the water into the faucet a little bit, it actually activates the heat sensors a little more. It gets a little warmer a little faster. And essentially all you really can do, oh, that's hot too. Wash off your face Oh, I couldn't breathe. Get your nearest towel. Do a little patch. I think this is a hand towel, so it kind of smells like hands, which really isn't the best. We can take you over to the toilet now. I'll show you guys how to take a dookie poo-poo. All right, we have the 7 layers of Sonic Foot Forest, including a bit of the hands. That was an Alf reference, for any of those curious. And by stacking them on top of each other in a way that I hope is correct, but I'm not totally sure, you'll end up getting the shape of Sonic's foot. Now you're supposed to glue these actually. It's really losing its stability. It's gonna be something kind of like that, but a little more stable. And yeah, pretty. And so are you. There's also a bunch of freaks hiding around who would love to just come over here and just. So I gotta find a way to cover these overnight. I might also work on it up in my office a little bit because 7 hours on camera, I just get a little nervous and a little shy after a while. I don't want to be on camera sometimes for that long. It makes my cheeks get a little red, and I just keep getting redder and redder until I become deader. This has been Petter. Catch up with you to Metter. Okay, I'm like a mad scientist right now. You can tell I'm kind of crazy because I'm drinking body armor. Just put a very gentle amount, and I'm gonna guess it lines up something like this. The guessing part of this project is what's gonna end up biting you in the butt. I'm not giving you an alternative way to do it though, so I hope you like getting your little butt nibbled in a friendly, nice kind of way. And can we really be sitting here worrying about it? I should think not. It is as Socrates once said, a man can worry about the Sonic he's making, all he wants. But then, will he not have made a Sonic? And I think true. A real sock teaser from old Socrates. Of course, this might end up being like a little higher in some spots than it should be, maybe a little lower, but you know, it's art. I like to think it's going to, that will represent like the highs and the lows of Sonic's life as a hedgehog. hedging about. I'll probably color this in post, you know? For real, I'm serious. I know this kind of sounds like I'm saying I'm gonna show up to your soccer game or something, but I will. You can hold me to it. And by it, well, let's just say I promised. And now artistically and beautifully, we are joined in beautiful foot connectrimony. There it is, magnificent. And now back to this method that I've been doing this whole time. Fantastic. I rather say take it off the tablet before using the iron and keep it away from your face. Now I'm realizing as I get older, as I grow more wise, it's okay to leave this on here a little longer for the strength. And I've only realized that after making his feet part. Wasn't in frame. And I've only realized, I say this was with actual certainty and seriousness, the most dangerous part of this project is just the fact that there's cats hiding around in this room like little gremlins waiting for an opportunity to just ruin everything that I have sitting out here. So right here, we're keeping the layers correctly oriented and in order. And if they jump up here and mess with that, we'll have no choice but to kill them on camera. Also, I went ahead and sorted all Sonic's blue pieces inside this mug because there's a bunch of different colors, but I needed more blue, so I kind of just mixed them all together. And you pour yourself a shot of Sonic flesh, and you can grab 2 at once and begin the Zen part of this process with all the numbers figured out. Man, it really would suck to have to be counting these manually, figuring out the pixel art expansion while putting it together. You know, somewhat of the value of this type of content, in my opinion, is that it's tutorialistic, a term that is real. So then thou might say to me, Peter, if thou art being teacher, why haven't thou thought up how to do things? And why are thou learning while you do it? And I say unto thee, thou freaking idiot, is not part of a teacher's job to teach you how to learn? So if you see me learning as I go, then in time you will surpass even me, and you can teach your YouTube audience someday. And what else is there? What more dost thou be in hitherforth life? Now the only real worry I have isn't really getting this done, doing the math. Now it's, do I have enough dribbly beans? Which for those of you who don't know, I'm calling them that because sometimes they're called pearly beads, sometimes they're called melty beads. Pretty much the human race doesn't know what they're called. They're not called one thing. One of my sisters thought that, shut up, Dippin' Dots were called dribbly beans. And that's just funny to me, but it makes more sense that these would be dribbly beans because they're just these little beans and they're dribbly. Shut up. Why do you keep saying pause? Just function. It's one thing when I'm leaving you for 10 minutes talking about like how much granola I ate in a day. It's another when it's been 15 seconds of use. That's nice. Hear that? That's what he has to say. Those are his first words to the internet. Chosen pretty poorly. I would have said something like, the brain of a wise man is in his heart, but the brain of a fool is Bart. Bort? A famous quote of Bort Swarmblort, 1984. Sorry, me and Nick just played Sonic Bros. And anything we do together, the entire time is pretty much spent just saying completely stupid crap. If some of that leaks in, that's why. Old Gramps is just kind of going to be picking at this for a while. We can probably go to a time-lapse segment. No, you don't want to hear me saying my stupid old person stuff. You want to get on to the next part. No one wants to sit and listen to the old man go on about his little tiny goofy hobbies. Hey guys, editing Peter here. I didn't want to sit and listen to this old guy talking about his goofy hobbies. So here's a time lapse with some clips of me making lunch. Look, I'm an angel. Today we're doing something might seem rather simple. Crackers and hard salami. There's a bit more to prep this than you might expect. One of the hard bits is getting a plate, mostly because if you get these like Meyer brand ones, separating them can be kind of difficult. A lot of the time I'll get my crackers pre-sliced. We're going with good thighs. We're going with good thins today. They're good. They're thin. Look at some of that. Kind of a peasantly corn chip type thing. Because I'm currently, for the past few weeks, role-playing that I am a prisoner of celiac. Watch out, there's a gremlin in there. Get out of there. Make sure there's no poop in the kitchen. Cross-contamination. Grab your hard salami. If it's soft, you can use that too. One food that's been great I've been having lately is KFC comeback sauce. Sometimes I'll do this for breakfast, just take a quick shot. Just dice yourself a couple slices. Thickness maybe being al dente. Into the pan, medium, spread them out nicely. Get the microphone off. Here, listen. And now this is also well cooked and can be eaten. Go ahead and plate these up. You never quite realize how much fat are in these until you try them. Here's my dish. Oops. Looking all pretty and delicious. My plating today is simply beautiful. Skadoosh. And you can tell that's gluten-free because I can't even taste the gluten. Here, you guys can have the rest. Don't slow down, minion. You eat too fast, you get bellyache. I don't think these time-lapse segments make me look any less crazy. You know, they say the way to a man's colon is through his butt. It's the way most doctors will go. And I always say the way to a man's Sonic is through these various layers of dribbly beans that I painstakingly constructed over the course of 3 hours. I feel like it's fair to be transparent. Some people think when I do stuff off screen, a little magical fairy comes and does it for me. No, it will take hours. But will it be worth it? Question mark? Well, the hot glue gun heats up. Here's a time lapse of me checking in on the citizens of Sonic City. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad right now. Look at the traffic backed up on King Street. These people's brakes are gonna need to be replaced after this. And there's like 1,000 deceased people in this building because no one can get to this street for some reason. It's just not the best intersection, is it? And this tunnel, warp zone, that's scary. This seems scary. I wouldn't walk here. Oh! And now just like as if you were making a stew, just be slow and intentional. There's not always gonna be great spots to stick to stuff to because I designed it that way. So you can do one or two things. You can get mad at me with your angry pitchforks, or recognize that we're all just people at the end of the day. I'm only you. All the feelings like something is being done wrong or is unintentional, ignore them. They're distant and unrelated to this project. It's times like this where the old adage plays in my head. Brick by brick, talk by tick. No matter how thin, no matter how thick. A quote from the Bible, no less. Papa was mama and Laura was Nick. You can puke if you do. All the off-screen segments with time lapses, I'm saying stuff like that for the full 3 hours, just so you're all fully aware. I'll tell you what, this is starting to look like a pixelized Sonic, which is crazy. I set out with a specific idea, which was exactly that. And normally it starts out being like, yeah, this idea is gonna work out. And then it slowly starts to suck. The holes and oversights start to show. And I think, okay, well, I'll settle for it just looking like a couple cool colors stuck together. And then when it actually does come together ever so slightly, it kind of builds that self-esteem back up. I start to feel a little bit whole again. Sonic's thigh gap, it's gotta be right. People will be on my case if it's not. And that's the start of his circular tummy bit, which is really gonna define him. You'll notice over there, is a setup that used to be over there. Now I just sleep there. This is a fun fact for the lore followers on the channel who know the exact layout of this basement by heart. I appreciate the thoughts, the attention to detail of every little thing I'm doing here. You've been reported to the FBI. He's starting to look Sonic. I'm beginning to feel his presence near. I'm like Amy. It's beginning to feel a lot like Sonic. Every, and the poopiest smell to smell is the smell of poopy smells. Out of my system and then I'm good. It's been like 4 months since Christmas and I still got these songs stuck in my head. Do you expect me to wait till next December to get them out? We're getting to the point where you can almost tell it's Sonic, which is the point where I need to tease you and say, hold on now, wait, you can't look till it's done. So don't look now. Cover your eyes. Ah, you bit me. Brat, you stupid brat. Guess that while I'm doing them, you can watch a time lapse instead. What'll it be this time? Just some random pictures for my phone gallery. Hard work makes the lazy man work harder. Wait, could I have painted him? Could I have hit him with a heat gun to make him a little more even, straighten out some of those limbs and stuff, give him a little chiropractic? Yes, but is that authentic? Is it not hardworking of me to be authentic? I didn't choose the lazy route. I chose the I like him just the way he is route. Sure, his shoes are mismatched a little bit color-wise, and the blue is various scattered colors, almost like an ocean, but I actually like it. I think it looked nice. I think if it was all one solid color, it would lack depth. And isn't this what that's all about? Depth. Three-dimensional voxel art. I learned on the internet, It's called voxel art when it's like pixelized and stuff. So I'm using that term now. My cool little voxel Sonic. If you zoom out, he just looks like a little figure of Sonic. I like him. It was quite the journey, and it made my brain really work and think, and I think that's great. So if you think of any little methods to make all these individual things easier, implement them. But you didn't need me to tell you that. I've been talking to you guys a lot lately, and I know how smart you guys are. I'll tell you what, and the smarty pants grows as big as an elephant. It's something my teacher used to tell me. I was homeschooled. Mom, I know you never said that. It was a joke. I'll choose an actual quote she said at one point. Clean your room. Hey, what's up guys? Me, Minecraft Sonic. Don't forget, Peter works really hard on these videos and is a huge support on the channel. Check out the Patreon, where he does a couple of updates once in a while, some posts, maybe play some games. I think he's kind of cool. He didn't pay me to say this or nothing. I'm just Sonic, and I think Peter's pretty cool. And his figure turned out pretty good too. I gotta say, this guy's pretty great. I love his editing too. I think he's super good with it. And also, I was using a regular toothbrush instead of an electric one lately, and I actually my teeth feel cleaner. I have no idea why I said feet.